Hello, everyone. When was the last time you did something only because you wanted to? Not because it was practical, not because it makes sense, not because it was expected, just because something inside you said, that feels right. Most people don't answer this question easily. I once met a woman in her mid 30s, let's call her Anjali. From the outside, her life looks complete, perfect, stable job, respectable family, always available, always reliable. If someone needed help, Anjali was there. If someone needed adjustment, Anjali managed. One day, in the middle of a very normal conversation, she said something very quietly. She said, I don't know when it happened, but I stopped knowing what I like. She could take care of everyone. She could manage responsibilities. She could make decisions. But when asked a simple question, what do you like? She went silent. Not because she was confused, but because no one had asked her that in years. And somewhere along the way, she stopped asking herself too. And this isn't just the only Anjali story. Many of us grew up learning one powerful lesson being like, keep life easier. So we learn to adjust our tone, our needs, our reactions. We learn when to speak, and most importantly, when not to. Nothing dramatic happens. But slowly, our inner voice is consulted less, and social comfort is consulted more. Here is an idea worth spreading. Most addictions are visible, they interrupt life, but that is one habit that blends so well. We rarely question it. Self abandonment. Not as weakness, not as lack of confidence, but as a socially rewarded survival pattern. The more you ignore yourself, the more easy you become responsible, practical, reliable. And that's why this addiction is dangerous because it doesn't break life, it keeps life running. Burnout doesn't always come from doing too much. Often it comes from doing things without inner agreement. Anxiety is not always fear of future. Sometimes it is the body asking, hey, can you hear me? Confusion is not lack of clarity. It is what happens when we stop consulting ourselves. Self-abandonment doesn't destroy life loudly. It erodes meaning quietly. So, what does returning to yourself look like? Not a dramatic change, not rebellion, not quitting everything, just awareness. You might start noticing 4 quiet shifts. First, when did my yes stop being intentional? Second, which feelings do I postpone repeatedly? Third, where am I functioning but not fully present? And the final one, what feels heavy not because it's hard, but because it isn't aligned? These are not steps to follow, these are the conversations to begin. Self-abandonment rarely feel like a choice. It happens slowly. In preferences, we stop expressing. In discomfort, we normalize. In truths, we decide not necessary. Life keeps moving. Responsibilities getting handled. Everything looks full. So perhaps the most dangerous addiction is not the one that takes us away from the life, but the one that teaches us to keep living when life looks full, but something essential goes missing. And maybe the most important question we can sit with is not, how do I fix my life? But What part of me did I stop listening to? Thank you. God bless.